morning. Welcome to the world news of salmon farming on July 24th. Nordic Aqua Partners must expedite the slaughter of 190 tons of salmon due to unexpected quality issues. A fish farming company in Ningbo, China, is forced to slaughter 190 tons of Atlantic salmon due to an overload in their purification unit and high concentrations of geosmin, which negatively affects fish taste. Although geosmin is harmless to fish and humans, increased levels can impact marketability. Nordic Aqua Ningbo, the company in charge, is implementing both immediate and long-term solutions to prevent future issues, including improved water filtration processes. CEO Andreas Thorward emphasized the company's commitment to high quality, noting that the affected fish will be sold at a lower price rather than for consumption. This incident will result in financial losses and reduced harvest volumes for the second half of 2024. A comprehensive review of operations is scheduled for presentation on August 22nd. Wenberg about last year. There are two things that affect us. Wenberg Fiskeoppdrett, a salmon farming company in Nordland, reported an after-tax profit of 56.1 million for 2023, reflecting a 20.2% increase from the previous year. The company's turnover reached 312 million, up 17.1%, with an operating profit of 68.9 million, a 21.8% rise. Key factors influencing these results are biological success and market prices. The company, along with its partner Edelfarm, faces heightened political risks due to recent changes in government policies, particularly concerning the resource rent tax. Despite these challenges, Wenberg Fiskeoppdrett has managed to maintain zero resource rent tax due to its smaller scale, but anticipates future uncertainties. They have noted the cost of fish feed as a major financial risk and criticized lengthy government processing times, which they believe is hindering the industry. At year-end, the company had equity of 257.6 million and debts amounting to 381 million, with a workforce of 24 employees. Salmon takes over the rest of Refsnes. The authorities must seize the opportunity. Salmon has acquired the remaining 55% of Refsnes Laks, following their initial purchase of a 45% stake in 2021. This decision is influenced by current regulations and biological challenges in the industry. Ivar Refsnes from Refsnes Fisk Industry emphasized the high risks for smaller companies in conventional fish farming owing to issues like disease and tax burdens. By selling their shares, the family aims to diversify their investments and continue engaging in local projects. Refsnes also highlighted the need for more supportive political frameworks to maintain Norway's leading position in aquaculture. The sale process has been protracted, ensuring a smooth transition with Salmon, a major global player in the field. It's dragging on in Belgium. Colombi Salmon had to reduce their staff. Colombi Salmon's financial performance showed a deficit in operating income, yet they gained significant financial revenues. The company, through its Belgian subsidiary, secured a 160-acre land area in Oostende's inner harbor for constructing a land-based fish farming facility aimed at producing 12,000 tons of salmon using brackish water. They also plan to use water from smolt production for growing vegetables and the sludge for generating biogas and fertilizer. Despite minimal current activity and a decline in operating income by $23.9 million last year, net financial revenues of $38.6 million NOK resulted in a pre-tax profit of 14.7 million NOK. The planning phase revealed reduced land requirements, renegotiating a lease that cut the area and cost by one-third starting in 2024. The company reported total assets of $489.5 million NOK, with major shareholders including Stocksund holding a 32.7% stake, followed by Ferd, Kverva Finance, and Refsnes Holding. Edelfarm points to fluctuating but relatively high salmon prices. Nordland's fish farming company Edelfarm, based in Saltdal municipality, reported a profit of 47.9 million NOK in 2023. Operating jointly with Wenberg Fiskeoppdrett and Skjærstadfjorden, Edelfarm increased its capacity by 202 tons through a 70.5 million NOK investment in June's license auction. The company achieved a revenue increase of 10.8% and an operating profit rise of 15.4% from 2022, resulting in pre-tax earnings of 61.7 million NOK, a 6.6% improvement. 4% of pre-tax profit was allocated for bonuses, with 1% going to the general manager. Their profitability was influenced by production, salmon prices, and market conditions, which saw high average prices despite fluctuations. With a stock of live fish valued at 104.6 million NOK at year-end and 20% of its volume sold at fixed prices for export, Edelfarm navigated a challenging year marked by media scrutiny and industry issues without serious incidents. The company, capital-intensive but with good capital access, aims to adapt to future challenges by restructuring into a group model amidst increasing political risks and complexities, highlighted by the recent ground rent tax changes. Ausland Havbruk is back on its feet after the accident. Trout farming company Ausland Havbruk from Høyanger turned a negative financial situation into a positive one last year. Based in Bjordal on the southern side of Sognefjorden, the company operates 4 food fish licenses dedicated to trout farming. In 2022, the company increased its revenue by 257.5 million to a total of 522.1 million, and its operating profit improved by 58.4 million, reaching 20.7 million. The operating margin stood at 10.8%. Challenges in previous years, such as delayed startup of semi-closed facilities, impacted the 2023 results. After a major equipment failure at the Sørvik site and subsequent bankruptcies of several FK companies, Ausland Havbruk filed a 11.4 million claim against FSK closed systems. The company's equity at year-end was 255 million, with a total balance sheet value of 679.8 million, and an equity ratio of 37.5%. Celebrating its 60th anniversary, the company employed the equivalent of 36.7 full-time positions last year and proposed a dividend of 15 million. Hofseth Aqua with a decline in results of nearly 100 million kroner. Hofseth Aqua underwent a major restructuring last year, resulting in several organizational changes. The company's revenue remained at approximately 1.1 billion kroner, similar to the previous year, but its operating profit dropped by 56 million to 105.5 million kroner, yielding a 9.6% operating margin. Their pre-tax profit fell steeply by 65.2% from 2022, decreasing to 49.6 million kroner. As part of the restructuring, Hofseth Aqua's biomass and licenses were spun off into Hofseth Sea Farming, and some properties were separated. This restructuring aimed to streamline the company's operations. Consequently, the equity decreased from 587 million to 267.8 million kroner, although the total balance remained stable at 2.3 billion kroner by year-end. The company employs 149 full-time equivalents and is part of Hofseth International, co-owned by Roger Hofseth and Yokohama Reito. First Seafood with a sales record surpassed 1 billion for the first time. First Seafood experienced a significant growth in 2023, boosting its sales by 108.1% compared to 2022, reaching over 1 billion kroner. The seafood trading company, majorly owned by Insula and under the Kvarv umbrella, saw substantial increases in both domestic and international markets, with sales to other countries rising by 488.8 million kroner. CEO Andreas Sundnes emphasized their ambition to further expand and credited the dedication of their team. The company invested heavily in market-building activities and processing facilities, including new plants in Kongsvinger and Godvik. Despite increased costs, First Seafood ended the year with a positive balance, a notable turnaround from the previous year's loss. Contact information. They exceeded 500 million in revenue, but Babard Seafood lost money on operations. Babard Seafood, based in Rodeburg, Kinn municipality, and with production facilities in Poland, saw a revenue increase of 165.3 million last year, reaching a total of 559.4. Despite an operational loss of 1.7 million, a reversed write-down allowed the company to achieve a pre-tax profit of 21.3 million. The board expressed dissatisfaction with the 2023 results and is focused on improving seafood operations in 2024, especially following a comprehensive restructuring that enhanced flexibility and capacity. As part of Babord Group, owned by the Ling family, the company faced scrutiny from the Norwegian Food Safety Authority, Mattilsynet, over past practices of exporting damaged fish, an issue they have since addressed. Lower slaughter volume, but better operation and results for Sulafisk. Improved fish health and welfare resulted in significant financial gains for Sulafisk, a company operating 5 fish farming licenses in Salmon, Ytresong. The company achieved a revenue of 295.5 million in 2023, which marked a 6.6% decrease from 2022, primarily due to a slight reduction in slaughter volume. Despite this, production increased by 900 tons compared to the previous year, and there was a significant improvement in fish welfare and health, with mortality rates nearly halved from 2022. While sales income fell, operational profits rose, buoyed by efficient operations and favorable salmon prices, leading to an operating margin of 27.8%. Sulafisk generated a net cash flow from operations of 70 million and set aside 40 million for dividends, a 10 million increase from the previous year. The company's equity was recorded at 269.6 million out of a total balance of 401.9 million.